Have you seen Johnny Depp lately? Seriously, have you really looked at him recently? The way his hair falls past his shoulders now, a little longer and wilder than it used to be, but still somehow elegant. The way he carries himself, that rugged charm that seems a little softer at the edges these days. And the little details, the scarf loosely draped around his neck, the layered rings on his fingers, the quiet confidence in his eyes, it's all so different. And yet, it's so him. People have been asking, everywhere, what's up with Johnny? Why the change? Is he working on some secret role? Some new movie? Or maybe he's just trying to grab headlines again? I wondered too. I mean, let's be honest, Johnny Depp has never exactly played it safe when it comes to how he looks. This is a guy who's transformed himself 100 times on screen. A pirate. A Mad Hatter. A gangster. A chocolate maker. He's worn every kind of costume, every kind of wig, every kind of makeup you can imagine. But this time, it feels different. This doesn't look like another costume. This looks like the real Johnny finally showing up. And that got me thinking. How often do we do that? How often do we let everyone else decide how we should look, how we should act, even how we should feel, and we go along with it? Because it's safer. Because it's easier. Because standing out is scary. But not Johnny. Not this time. So I started digging. Because I wanted to know what really happened. And what I found. Honestly, it kind of inspired me. And I think it might inspire you too. So here's what's behind Johnny's unexpected transformation. And more importantly, here's what you and I can take from it. It didn't happen overnight. People always think these things are sudden, like he woke up one morning, decided to let his hair grow, threw on a scarf, and boom, new Johnny. But that's not how real change works, is it? This all started months ago, when he was touring through Europe with his band. Now, if you're a fan, you already know how much music means to Johnny. It's not just a hobby. It's not just something he does when he's not acting. It's where he feels most alive. And during that tour, something started to shift. For weeks he was on the road, playing shows in these little venues, sometimes in towns nobody in Hollywood has even heard of. And instead of hiding out in fancy hotels or keeping to himself like most celebrities do, Johnny just wandered. He'd spend his days walking through quiet cobblestone streets, stopping into little cafes, scribbling in a notebook, sketching things in the margins. People in those towns said he looked peaceful. Like he'd finally found something he'd been missing. And it showed. Slowly, his hair got longer. His shirts got looser, more relaxed. He stopped caring about shaving every day. Stopped worrying about what the cameras back in LA might think. And instead of looking sloppy, he looked more himself than ever. That's the thing nobody talks about. When you stop trying so hard to impress everyone else, when you stop pretending to be someone you're not, that's when people really notice you. Because you're finally showing you. And no, it wasn't for a role. It wasn't some clever PR stunt. It wasn't even planned. It was just Johnny being Johnny. One story I heard really stayed with me. He was in Paris, walking through a quiet little street, and he wandered into this tiny boutique. It wasn't a high-end designer store, just a simple, almost forgotten little shop full of vintage scarves and hats and jewelry. And there, on a dusty wooden shelf, he found an old scarf. It wasn't expensive. It wasn't flashy. But Johnny just stood there, holding it, for the longest time. When the shop owner asked if he liked it, he smiled and said it reminded him of something his mother used to wear when he was a kid. So he bought it. And now, you'll see him wearing it everywhere. There's something beautiful about that, isn't there? Something real. Because we all do it, dressing for other people. Cutting our hair the way our boss likes it. Buying clothes because everyone else is wearing them. Choosing colors that are in this season, even if they don't feel like us. And after a while, we forget what we even like. That's what makes Johnny's new look so powerful. It's not about fashion. It's not about trends. It's not even about standing out. It's about remembering who you are. And you know what? You can feel it when you see him now. You can see it in his eyes. He's not trying to be anyone else anymore. He's just himself. So what about you? If you've been feeling stuck, if you've been staring at the same haircut in the mirror, or pulling on the same safe clothes every morning, or feeling like you've been playing the same role for everyone else, maybe this is your sign. Your permission to change. And if you're wondering where to even start, well, Johnny's got a few lessons for us. The first one? Stop following trends just because everyone else is. If everyone's wearing skinny jeans and you hate how they feel, don't wear them. If neon colors are all over Instagram but you feel ridiculous in them, skip it. Johnny once said something that really stuck with me: style is what you take with you, not what you buy. In other words, it's already in you. It's just about letting it out. The second lesson? Look for inspiration in your own memories. That scarf Johnny wears everywhere now? It's not about the brand. It's about what it means to him. What about you? Is there a piece of jewelry that reminds you of someone you love? A jacket that makes you feel brave? Even just a color that makes you feel alive? That's what makes your style yours. And the third lesson, and maybe the most important one, is confidence. That's what makes Johnny's look work. Not the clothes, not the hair, not the scarf. It's the way he wears it. Because when you love how you look, when you feel good about it, other people pick up on that. And suddenly, you're not just wearing something. You're owning it. Here's a little secret most people don't know. Even though Johnny could walk into any designer store in the world and buy anything he wanted, he doesn't. He loves thrift shops. Vintage stores. Places most people overlook. Why? Because he says the history in an old piece gives it more character. So don't let money stop you from reinventing yourself. Some of the best, most unique pieces are the ones nobody else wanted. And if you're worried you can't pull off something bold, you can. You just have to believe it's you. Now, I want you to really think about this. If you could change one thing about your look, just for you, not for your boss, not for Instagram, not for anyone else, what would it be? Would you finally grow your hair out? Chop it all off? Wear that bright red jacket you've been hiding in your closet? Go ahead. Tell me in the comments. I really want to know. Because here's the truth. You don't need anyone's permission to be yourself. You don't have to wait until you feel ready. You don't need to ask if it's okay. Sometimes, the best version of you shows up when you stop trying to be perfect, and just start being real. So try it. Wear the thing you've been too scared to wear. Stop hiding the parts of yourself that make you different. Because you, just as you are, might be exactly what the world needs to see right now. And you never know. It might just change the way you feel about yourself, too. And hey, if you liked hearing about Johnny's journey, you're going to love what's coming next. Our next video is all about how his tattoos tell the story of his life, piece by piece. You don't want to miss that one, click and watch it next. And before you go, if this video made you smile, if it made you think, or if it gave you the little push you needed today, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with someone who might need to hear this too. Because everyone deserves to feel like they belong in their own skin. Even you. Especially you. See you next time.